In the South Valley, a community is now without a reliable source of water. A month ago, in the Tulare County town of Teviston, their main well ran dry. Now the town is relying on bottled water being delivered on a daily basis while the well is repaired. CBS 47's Adrian Thomas has the story.
Good evening. These tanks here behind me are just a couple of the tanks Teviston residents are using to get water right now. There are about 700 people who live here, and with a dangerous heat wave and an ongoing drought, residents are worried about what the future might hold.
We didn't have any water pressure or water to the houses to wash clothes, bathe the kids, flush the toilet. All the normal things that you do with water.
Frank Galaviz is a 20-year Teviston resident and sits on the town board. He says about a month ago, this well, which supplies water to over 130 households, ran dry, forcing Teviston residents to rely on water donations from churches or going out of town and using their own money to buy water.
The majority of people here are farm workers. They're out of pocket, having to go drive out of town to wash their clothes.
Luckily, water is back on now, thanks to a daily delivery through a nonprofit. Galaviz says these tanks are filled every day with 40,000 gallons of water for the residents. Filimon Sanchez, who lives next door to the tanks, says the 3 weeks without water before the tanks were operational was difficult. This impacted us a lot, he says. Without water, using the bathroom was difficult. Our animals and plants were hurt not having water as well. Sanchez says when there was no running water, he had to make 3 trips a day to go buy water to fill his tanks. He's worried about what might come next. Yes, we're scared this might happen again. This has already happened 2 times before, he says, the last time about 2 years ago. State Senator Melissa Hurtado represents Teviston in her district. She's working on legislation that she says would reinforce the Friant-Kern Canal and help bring water to communities like Teviston, but she knows action is needed now and residents can't wait for state bureaucracy.
Money is there to get another well for the community of Teviston. That's the urgent need and action to fully supply water to them. But we need to make sure that it doesn't take 15 years to make something like that happen.
And Frank Galaviz tells me he hopes to get the well up and working by next week, but nothing is for certain. In the South Valley, Adrian Thomas, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
In our